Welcome to AfriFreedomChannel, where we bring you the most important updates and fearless analysis from across Africa. Disclaimer. Before we begin, this video is for educational and informational purposes only. Now, let's get into today's story. The courtroom in East London, South Africa, is once again the center of national attention as Julius Malema, leader of the economic freedom fighters, awaits judgment in his high-profile firearm trial.
The matter will continue tomorrow, and I am confident that there will be sufficient time for judgment to continue. 30 September, you are both on bail, and bail is extended, and warned to be present in court to proceed by 9 a.m. Thank you.
Is the court please?
Oh, please, sorry. You are excused, and please stand up. The other two charges, I'll endorse in my office so I can sign it for the court. Okay, I'll just endorse the court for so long it's fine. Yeah.
This case stems from an incident in 2018 where Malema was accused of unlawfully discharging a firearm during an AfF rally in Mdantsane. His former bodyguard, Ibrahim, is also facing charges under the Firearms Control Act. The judgment reading began today but was adjourned due to time, with Magistrate Toinette Olivier set to continue tomorrow. This raises a bigger question: if leaders who call for accountability cannot themselves be held accountable, what does this mean for the rule of law in South Africa? Should the law apply equally to all, or are some leaders allowed to bend the rules?
The forensic ballistic document drafted by Colonel Mgwadleka, Exhibit E1, exhibits for ballistic analysis that will include Exhibit E2, Exhibit E3, Exhibit E4, E5, E6, E8, Exhibit E9, including Exhibit E10, all pertains to the ballistic reports by Colonel Mgwadleka, and the court will deal with the contents thereof in full. All of these said reports were submitted during the evidence of Colonel Mgwadleka. Exhibit F is also, that was marked as the court charts compiled by Colonel Mgwadleka, depicting 7.
Across social media, reactions to Malema's trial have been explosive. Some voices are celebrating, declaring that justice is finally catching up with a man they believe thought himself untouchable. Others, however, see this trial as politically motivated, a direct attempt to silence one of South Africa's most radical and vocal opposition leaders. divide is clear. Is Malema's day in court the victory of justice over impunity, or is it a warning sign that outspoken leaders in Africa risk being punished more for their influence than their actions? What do you think? Are we witnessing justice, or are we witnessing political theater? Supporters of Malema, meanwhile, are framing this trial as part of a much bigger struggle. To them, the rain pouring down in the Eastern Cape today is symbolic, a sign that the commander-in-chief will walk out free. The emotional connection between leader and supporter here is undeniable. But this raises another difficult question: should justice be determined by emotion and loyalty, or should it be guided strictly by evidence and the law? How do we balance our love for leaders with the responsibility to hold them accountable? While South Africa is captivated by Malema's case, Zimbabwe is facing its own critical test of justice and sovereignty. Reports from Mount Darwin show that local villagers have risen up against Chinese occupation of ancestral lands handed over by corrupt ZANU politicians. These communities tore down fences on land that was taken from them and refused to be intimidated, even when soldiers arrived to protect Chinese interests.
Hey, Urugite. Iwe. Hey. Hey, Shamal. Iwe. Siano Zogite. Shamal, Siano Zogite. Hey, Iwe Shamal. Siano Zogite. Udamura Fenzi Niga, Rusi. Niga Ibe. Yes, Zimbabwe. So I was going to Udamura Suja, Fenzi to Masoja. I was going to Udamura Fenzi to Masoja. So then to just Nabasa. So then to just Nabasa. Well, I look on. Mr. Guadoro, so good. I was Udamura Fenzi to Mudamurishi. Dambura. What is the fence? What's the Tenga fence? Yeah, Bo, my winner. Bo. No voter, the stupa. No voter. But you vote, I don't believe no voter. Stupid. Vamos varista.
This courage is striking. But it forces us to ask, when the state's armed forces protect foreign corporations over its own people, who truly owns the land, and who truly wields power in Zimbabwe? This is not an isolated incident. In Mutoko, Chinese granite companies have dispossessed entire villages, leaving behind environmental destruction and exporting raw materials abroad. The people are left with polluted soil, barren landscapes, and no share in the wealth taken from under their feet. Here lies a deeper question for us all: how long will African leaders continue to sell off the continent's resources for personal enrichment? What we are witnessing, from the courtrooms of South Africa to the villages of Zimbabwe, is the collision between accountability, sovereignty, and the will of the people. The stories unfolding in South Africa and Zimbabwe remind us that Africa is at a crossroads. Justice must not only be spoken of, it must be seen in action. Sovereignty must not only be declared, it must be defended. And leaders must not only demand accountability from others, they must live it themselves. The future of this continent will not be shaped by chance, but by the choices its people make today. And remember, no matter how dark the storm may seem, Africa's dawn is always worth fighting for.